Shabbat Shalom. Now for the blowing so far. That concludes on the blowing so far. Allah Yahweh. For he's worthy to be praised. He's worthy to be praised. High and heavy, there's a trouble in the land. Men and women no longer fear. They don't have a fear or reverence of the Creator of all things. Whether they be in Christianity or whether they be conscious. I see men and women do not have a fear, because with fear comes meekness. One becomes humble. One does not have a argumentative behavior. Their behavior becomes Yah. Their concern becomes Yah. And there are 9 progressive steps by which men reach higher altitudes in their spiritual life. In their spiritual life. If you would turn your Bibles to Matthew, chapter 5. Let's do our prayer blessing. Small, Israel, Yahweh, Echad, Yahweh, Baruch atah Yahweh, Melech ha Olam, Echum, Eshur, Shkim, Shalom, Yerushalayim. Baruch atah Yahweh, Melech ha Olam, Echum, Unek, Yit, Zion. Baruch atah Yahweh Melech haolam asher Kadesh be Mino Yom Hayashan. Baruch atah Yahweh Melech haolam notin hekum hatara Shema Israel Yahweh Echad Yahweh. There's no fear. There's no reverence. There is no respect. And part of the reason is because everybody that transitions gets to go to heaven. Or so we say. No matter how a person lives or served while they're on the face of this earth, it seems like everybody, by the word of man's mouth, gets to transition into a place with Yah, which is dangerous. It is very lethal. And that is why there is no fear, because by the word of man, many men are deceived. And that is the deception that is not induced by man, but is induced by when you are not a doer of the word. So then we see people start to wiggle like worms and noodles. Oh, can't nobody judge nobody. Can't nobody judge me. Oh, yeah, there's judgment. Oh, there's judgment for me right now. Let me drop dead in this pulpit, and there's judgment. My judgment not going to wait around on you to die. There is the grave, there's death, and there's the grave. And I'm just not seeing the fear of our Heavenly Father, the creator of all things. Y'all, I'm not seeing that fear in anyone any longer. Because in fear, there's power. In fear, there is an authoritative power that precedes you. Because in order to be courageous, you must first acquire courage. You cannot be courageous without courage, and you cannot be courageous unless you overcome fears. Unless you overcome your fears. So there are 9 simple progressive steps by which men reach higher altitudes in their spiritual life. And there are a lot of people that don't have a spiritual life. And that's what we're going to have to get back to, having a spiritual life. People are just reading books and reading books, for there is no end of reading books. There is no end of books. There is no end to reading books, but one must have an awe. They must have a feel of reverence and a respect. When I was in the world, I knew I was going to hell. I knew I was going to burn. Nobody could come tell me that I wasn't going to hell. I was out of the will. I had no hedge of protection around me. I had a stay of execution, but I didn't have the hedge of protection around me. There is a difference. There is a difference. A hedge of protection is when you abide in the will of the Most High. When you abide in the lofty high place of the Most High. A stay of execution is pity. For Yah wish that no man, He wished that all men would come to repentance. And I see that we're not looking at what's going on, especially in the conscious community. There's no need to attack the church. There's no need to attack T.D. Jakes. There's no need to attack Paula White, Benny Hinn. If you had your life in order, where you were supposed to be, I know I don't have time to watch and critique T.D. Jakes and Benny Hinn's videos, because that time is my time in prayer. That is my time with my children, teachable moments. That is my time with my wife, learning and teachable moments. I do not have time. You have too much time on your hands to be doing and walking in what you're saying you're walking in. Because it takes and it costs a great price to walk in the spiritual realm and the spiritual likeness of Yah. It cannot be done how you're saying you're doing it, and you're only fooling yourself. Because you're trolling and you're scrolling and you bargain with folks. That's a busybody. That's what the book called a busybody. That's why my post and teach this is not to attack the Israeli. It's not to attack the European. Sure, there's certain information, but the information is for what can you learn from that information to better your people and not make the same mistakes. It's not to go in and tear them down, because the people start looking at the conscious community from the outside. We the raggedest of them all. I was told when I was young to make sure you clean your own house before you clean somebody else's house. So I'm really not understanding how we're becoming pumped and pious and to where we think that cry loud and spell not is a badge or is a permission slip from Yah for you to degrade anyone that has a belief other than your belief system. There are two types of people in this world, righteous and unrighteous. Never forget that. Make it skinny. Make it skinny. This book, the Torah, was not given to the nations, was not given to the Gentile. It was given to who? The Hebrew. So everything in this book, in the writings, they're not talking about the indecencies of the Gentile. They're talking about the indecencies of the people that have consciousness, that are in a conscious place and are in a conscious community and know this language, that language, and all these things. Yah was not coming down on the Gentile because the Gentile were unlearned. They, remember, you conscious. They're not conscious. They're asleep. So if they are asleep, then that means that there needs to be someone to come to wake them up. And what we are doing, you pinching people. You pinch a person, they go back to sleep. Well, y'all said, with love and kindness have I drawn thee. We're conscious, but we're not righteous. We're not a righteous people. We are a people that lack very few morals. And we have no people skills in our conscious community. Because just as quick as you get angry, just as quick as you throw your consciousness, and then the Christians throw their religion out the window, so both of y'all stand on the same ground. Like I told my wife today, for me to talk to a man without the Bible, I got to come down. I got to come down to speak to him. It's not too many times I'm going to come down to speak with him on his level. He's going to have to understand that this man is on a higher level and I need to come up. See, there's a danger with coming down too many times. Because what happens is when you come down, this is what I'm saying, when you come down, you subject your ear gate to profanity, to the lust that they talk about. You're subject, I'm not talking about their testimony. I'm talking about just in casual conversation. The Bible said that evil communication corrupts good manners. So whatever you put around the brain long enough, it shall penetrate and it shall go into your brain. Your mind shall become a thought. So many angry Hebrews. I'm not angry. I have joy. I have peace. I have shalom. For the joy of Yah is my strength. I don't need to blaspheme and to bring down and to talk about other people that are at least trying. I'm gonna use an example. I know I told y'all to go to Matthew. We're gonna go back there, but I want y'all to turn to Numbers chapter 15. That's where I want y'all to go. Numbers chapter 15. And I want to go to verse 38. Verse 38. Because I want to show you something that many people overlook. It's called putting a horse before the cart. Y'all see right here? You know why I wear these? You know why I won't tell Brother Lee to wear them? You know why I won't tell Brother Lee to put these ZZs on his clothes? Even though the Bible says it. Let me read it to you. And I'm going to run it back to you. Why I don't tell people to put these on their clothes. Speak unto the children of Israel. Yeah, we got that part. And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribband of blue, cord of blue, and this should be unto them for a fringe that they may look upon it. Okay, you're supposed to look upon this fringe. You're supposed to look upon this fringe, right here. You're supposed to look upon this. And when you look upon this fringe, you're supposed to remember the commandments. Okay, now we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. How many of y'all wearing fringes know all 613 laws, the law of Yah, the commandment and statutes? How many of y'all know the 248 positive laws? And there'll be the others be negative. How many of y'all know that? That's wearing fringes. See, I know Brother Lee don't know the commandments. The 10 commandments, I will hope he will know that. But this is talking about the law and the statute and the ordinance and the commandments, the sacrificial rites of offerings, and how to keep the feast days, and how to watch the moon, and how to know when Passover is coming, and unleavened bread on the 10th day, unleavened bread, and then on the 14th day. How many of you that's wearing these fringes know? So you don't even need to wear them, because you can't remember nothing because you weren't raised in it. You weren't raised in it. So until you put your nose in this book and you learn the commandments of Yah, and then when you see it, they look different when you know the commandments of Yah. When you know his oracle, his law, his statute. When you know his Torah. You got, like you call people Bible thumpers, you got too many Torah thumpers. saying they Torah only, but they don't even know the law of Yah. All they know is we supposed to go back to Africa. And they use it as a, a black power. They're using Yahweh as a black power movement. Yahweh is not a black power movement. He's not a black power movement. So it's a lot of things that I have to teach people first before I can bring them into these smaller matters. You understand what I'm saying? These smaller things. Y'all putting friends on people, they don't know nothing about nothing. So that friends don't mean nothing to them. They can't remember nothing about looking. They can't remember nothing about looking at this. That ain't what y'all meant. Y'all meant study to show yourself approved unto Yah, that a workman shall not be ashamed, but he shall rightly divide the word of truth. So that's why I say you got to rewind. See, you read this stuff, you parsing this book, but not understanding. Not understanding that man that got some friends on there. Well, name me 10 positive laws. Oh, y'all, name me 10. Any 10. I don't care. Name me any 10. Name me any 10 negatives. Name me 10 of the negatives. You understand? That's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous, and it doesn't make any sense. The first thing I bring a man into is, brother, learn your 10 commandments. Learn your 10 commandments. Once I know you're going to learn your 10 commandments, we can go further. That's what was wrong with the son that I had in this place. They didn't even know the 10 commandments. They didn't know the first 4 was how you serve Yah, and the next 6 was how you serve Him. They didn't know. They didn't have an understanding. So they did this Hebrew thing, man. I'm not bringing y'all into no code. I'm not bringing you into another black power movement. I'm bringing you into the move of Yah. The move of God. The power and the authority of Yah. There is a healing power in Yah. There is a spiritual healing power in Yah. There is a physical healing power in Yah. And there is a mental healing power in Yah. And if you let any Hebrew tell you about anything about praying and laying on hands and speaking in tongues, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Don't let nobody tell you how to pray, how to praise. If somebody wants you to pray, yes, Yahweh, I come before you as humble as I know how. So you can't put no trouble. Yes, Yahweh, I come before you as humble as I know how. You can't put no voice. You can't change your voice. You can't go up. You can't go down. Well, I got to pray like you pray. I don't breathe like you breathe.
That's right. That's right.
It's silly. That's why I didn't want you by that door. Because you gaze. That's the whole purpose. Because you ain't in the service. You out the door. And that's how a lot of people out the door. They out the door. It's amazing how a person can be in service, but still be out the door. And that was a good point, because I use everything as a teachable moment. There's a lot of people wearing these fringes that's still out the door. They're not in the sanctuary. They're not in the sanctuary of prayer. They're not in the power and authority and the might of having a relationship, a praying relationship. Prayer allows you to come into the obedience to this book. You ain't finna obey this book without a prayer life. I promise you. It's impossible for you to obey this book without a prayer life. Impossible. No prayer, no power. Little prayer, little power. Much prayer, much power. here we go attacking the church. The church don't talk about Hebrews. The church not talking about our back to Africa movement. They minding their business. Then I see posts about the church have taken in over so many billions of dollars. That's good for the church. That's good. Was anybody robbed? The people gave as a free will. Maybe the Hebrews need to learn. So you can start meeting in your basement, in your living room. Because you're not finna let a homeless man that smell like urine in your living room or in your basement. But they get to come in the sanctuary. They get to come in the house of y'all, and myself and my wife have to clean it up. Because we servants. But you're not going to let them come lay prostrate in your house. But if you put your money together, that you buying your McDonald's with when you slipping and when you can't get nothing to eat, you buying, you on the dollar menu meal, and the nuggets you buy, you vegan. But y'all can't put y'all money together to have a house of worship, to have a house of prayer. There's a problem with that because there's no growth. That's not growth. You don't even have an environment to grow. I guess when you get so many people, y'all will say, well, I guess we need to get a building. Y'all needed that from the beginning. You talk about the church as if the church don't do nothing. I promise you, you Hebrews don't call city welfare. And city welfare is run by just about every Catholic church in every city. Got a city welfare fund where they got so much money set up where they'll pay your light bill. You went to them. You couldn't go to the Hebrew because they broke. They use GoFundMe. They use a GoFundMe page. They use a GoFundMe to bury their dead. Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm going to be real. Really real. Because it's too much nonsense. Because you are not elevating spiritually. You may think you are, you may say you are, but your actions. See, I can tell by the fruit that you bear. Your fruit, your fruit, your fruit. There are signs and wonders all around a man like me and my wife. And everything I see, just by, I'll be like, look, baby, they don't even see it. They don't even see they don't even see this. This ain't for every Hebrew right now. Because every Hebrew is not raised in this culture. They do not know the law, statutes, and commandments. So you know what verse will fit them? For he who knew little received little stripes. And for he who knew much received many stripes. Much is given, much required. A man like me and my wife, man, we get thrown by, we get tore out the frame by y'all. Tore out the frame by y'all. You understand me? We get corrected and we get chastised at the drop of a dime, the drop of a hat. Because when you know much, and when you know better, and you walking with God, you gonna do better. Because your life is on the line. The more you know with y'all, the closer you is to death. Oh yeah. Because you know better. I can't claim what another man claims that I know. He don't even know the laws of y'all. He don't know the law of y'all. He don't know the articles. He don't know the ordinances of y'all. You understand me? He don't know that. But you dealing and you bargaining with the church. But the church helping people. The church got food pantries. Many of you Hebrews done been to their food pantries. You took your ZZs off though. You took your head wraps off though. But you went and got a bag of food because you was in hard time. And y'all sent you there to work on your meekness and your humility. That's not what this is about. That's why I cannot sit in the council of the wicked. I don't care who you are. This book tells you about your brother, and it tells you about if he called himself an ark, if he called himself a Hebrew, and certain things are found in him. Look, you disassociate yourself from him. And if everybody disassociate themselves from him, then what he got a choice to do? He only got one choice. And the only choice he got is to get it right. If he wants to be in the Hebrew community. Now he can go join Baphomet. Or he can go join whatever he wants to go join. But let me finish on this point. So you talking about the church and you derailing the churches, right? Right? We know this, right? And then you say there's a church on every corner. Well, there's a Hebrew gathering in every basement now. You hide the church that's in plain view. So y'all don't know why the pastors ain't went on the streets. Why y'all ain't went on the streets and come against the drug dealers, the drug user, the pimp, the prostitute, the child molester, the rapist, the extortioner? Why? Listen to me. Y'all talk about the church done took so much money. They took it from people that ain't Hebrews, man. They took it from people who don't know they Hebrews, man. So your post is fraudulent, man. The church ain't took you Hebrew, you hardcore Torah sinner. The church ain't took nothing from y'all because you ain't part of the church. I'm not part of the church. Let me get this up, but I'm not biased either. You understand what I'm saying? I don't got no stake in nothing but the truth. And then you put up these posts about the church and how much money, dude. They call on Jesus and they call on God and Lord and Jehovah. So what y'all bother with them for? They ain't took nothing from the Hebrew community. They can't because y'all ain't gonna give. So they ain't took nothing from you Hebrews because y'all ain't gonna give. Y'all ain't gonna give nothing. Because y'all say tithe was wheat, grain, lambs, and all this other berries and olives. That's what y'all say. So what y'all worried about? By y'all standing, let me bust y'all standing down. Since y'all don't believe in the tithe, and since y'all don't believe that money is tithe, then therefore the church not even tithe. They on another system. If it's not your system that they're on, then they're on their own system, so you shouldn't have a gripe or complaint because they're not on a biblical system. See, there's so many holes in what y'all do. That's why I can't be a part of the foolishness and the unrighteous. And I ain't even got to the good part yet. Now this is the good part. Now y'all say the church done took all this money out the black. So now when money is involved, you consolidate the black community. But at the night and when y'all in y'all little groups, I ain't part of the church. I ain't part of them ends. Y'all call it ends. I ain't part of them. Them coons, and you call it anything in the name under the sun. But now when money comes and y'all want to make a point, now y'all consolidate the people with the money. Man, I ain't got time. That's a bipolar. I ain't got time for that there. That's confusion. Either you in, either you out. Either y'all the same people or y'all not the same people. But if y'all not the same people, then leave them folk alone. By how much money they get. You know why? Because the dope dealers, the plug that stay next door to you, or that house that you watch. You know the house you watch? And you say, somebody ought to do something about that car. They got all that traffic over there. I ain't gonna call the police. I'm scared. I'm scared to call the police. See, you is the offense. You is the one that's gonna get more done to you than that plug, because the plug don't know no better problem. The plug ain't conscious. The plug taking all the money out of your community. The side chick, the stripper, the prostitute, the pimp, the jackman, the home invasion specialist, the break-in artist that's breaking the people's house, stealing cars, guns out of the people's cars, and pocketbooks and wallets. That's who taking the money out of the community because they don't work. How I'm going to stand here before y'all in righteousness and I'm going to have something to say about people that work and they are putting their money in something that they believe in. And you say you believe, but you won't put your money in it. You say you believe in y'all. You say you believe in the move, but you won't put your money into it. But then you Hebrew, you say you're a Hebrew, and they coons because they don't know, they retarded, they dumb. But when they put their money together, they got all this money, and they building big old cathedrals, and the Hebrews still meeting in the park, and they still meeting in their basement. They still meeting in their basement. That's a hater. See, I ain't got nothing against the church because y'all straightened me a long time ago. He said, if you can't lead my people, because he taught me that the church people in the church that's under this hill, that's under this banner right here, this skin right here, that's the lost sheep of the tribe of Israel. And if you can't lead them to me, leave them alone. Then he straightened me in Duval County. In a fish market. Lady, never seen her before in my life. She draws to my wife, and I'm studying, walking around trying to do like I don't see her. She picked in on me. She talked to my wife. She said, that's your husband? He said, yeah, if he do something to you, we would have to kill him. She loaded. She full of liquor. She drunk up. She liquored up. I've been around all my life. So it's nothing for me to, all right, Sister Lord, you understand me? Not ignorant. See how youth today would have got ignorant and wanted to beat the lady up, slap her, some foolishness. Because see, there ain't no fear no more. There's no reference. See, people spit out of their mouth, but with their lips, they lie. They got a forked tongue like a serpent. You saying one thing here, but you live a whole nother way. Come on, somebody. So you dealing with the lost sheep of Israel. That y'all say, I need 99 of y'all. I need 99 Hebrews to go find one lost person that don't know they're Hebrew, that's in the church. That's sitting up in the church that's praising and that's worshiping, that's calling on Jesus, whether you call him Jesus or whatever you calling him. There's two types of people in this world, righteous and unrighteous. See, I come to make it skinny. I come to make it plain. That stuff you doing, where you teeter-tottering, man, listen to me. Yeshua said this. You either gonna be hot or cold. If you lukewarm, when he say spew, he ain't just talking, he said, I'll vomit you out. He said, I'll vomit you out. Then we go over to Kepha. I think it's 2 Peter. You call it Peter. We go over to 2 Peter, and he says, oh, there for them that have escaped the pollution of the world by the knowledge. When you come into the knowledge, it says that they are then again entangled in the world and overcome. It said that their end should be worse than the beginning, because it's like the true proverb that the dog has turned to eat his own vomit. See, everybody got to come through this book. Everybody got to come through this book. And you can't come how you want to come. So when I'm seeing Hebrews that are talking against the church and how much money that the church done got from the people, then I look at how much money the club done got from the people. I look how much money that the side chick done got. I look at how many families that done been broke up because we don't have no sound basis where we don't tolerate certain stuff. See, I come from an era where hardcore full of throttle. So whatever I believe in, I don't got no fear. And my thing is this here. If you roll as you say you is, then why your community is as raunchy as it is? And we got so many warriors. We got so many killers. We got so many hitters. But we ain't got no control over our youth. We got no control over our youth. But we mean, we big, we bad. Won't go sit down. Listen to me. I'm the man. Man, y'all got to hear me. Because them streets out there, they don't belong to you, dope boy. They don't belong to you. They belong to my kids. They belong to your children. Our children are supposed to be able to run, play, laugh, be children. Our children can't be children no more. Because we still children. Ripping and running and playing in the streets. So now the children can't play. And because you ripping and running in the streets, you're not raising your children. You just watch them. You watch them. You ain't raising. You watch them. True. You talk about the white man. But we send our children to get an education from our oppressor. We need more teachers. We need more scientists. We need more neurosurgeons. We need more architects. We need more lawyers. Man, we missing the mark. As long as you keep doing this here, and I always see the three fingers pointing back at me. I'm doing this here, and three fingers pointing back at me. It always makes me go back to the man in the mirror, so I can remember what manner of man that I am. Because though a man look in the mirror, as soon as he walk away from that mirror, he forget what manner of man he is, what mannerism that it is that he laying down to be down with his dogs. Man, them streets ain't faithful and ain't loyal to nobody. The streets don't even bury their dead. So I had to step back, and I had to get out of what everybody was talking about. And I had to go and I had to lay and I had to pursue my Creator. Not for 1 hour in prayer. Not for 2 hours in prayer. Not for 3 hours in prayer. Not for 4. Just pray so long till you ain't got time for nothing else. You pray so long you ain't got time to be a busybody. Then you begin to intercede for your community. And then you begin to intercede for your community. See, I don't pray for my child. I pray for the children. I don't pray for my home. I pray for houses. Because what good do it do me to come up when everybody around me broke? My house will get broken into. My car will get stolen. I'm finna get some house and enemies that I wasn't even trying to make. Just because I made it. I was talking to my brother, I don't say his name. I was talking to my brother last night. And I was showing him how easy it is for us to come up. And I dealt with our women, our females. And I said, the way they get money, because most of them are in broken homes where the father's not there. And they're working, single parent. And they get like $6,000, $7,000 now. I don't know what it is now, the Trump office. But if you take 10 of our black powerful sisters, and they take $3,000 a piece, y'all standing on 30 grand. Y'all got y'all own Subway. That's all the franchise come. Y'all own Dunkin' Donuts. Y'all own Taco Bell. Then y'all can go work it. Y'all ain't even got to pay nobody to work it. I'm talking that easy. Buy back. See, you talking about your black community. You got to buy it back. All your oppressors know is money. Buy it back. Okay, how you buy it back then, sir? Well, first we got to get together. See, this is what we can't do. We can't get together. We got to get together in the hair salon. You know, we know the man sell hair. Chinese right now. See, let me tell y'all something. If the ghetto was broke, right? If the ghetto was broke, then why does every Arab put a business in the ghetto? Why does every Chinese put a business in the ghetto? If the ghetto broke and the ghetto ain't got no wealth, why do every foreign national come put a business in the ghetto? If it's broke, if it ain't no money. So that beauty supply place. But man, I'm laughing because we don't need now pity sign. We just need to get together. We're going to boycott this beauty salon. Now what we're doing is we're going to make sure we got connections to get everything he got in there. When he shut down and leave, guess what we're going to do? We're going to rent that building. We're going to go back in there. We're going to put hair. We're going to put makeup. We're going to put everything he had in there. Guess what it is now? It's black owned. The things that we can do, don't take guns. Don't take AR-15s. I asked my brother last night. I often walk up to the young men. I'll be like, hey, bro, what's going on? I talk to him. I'll be like, hey, man, you got a strap? You stay strapped? Yeah, man, I keep fighting. I keep fighting, man. I said, let me ask you a question. Do you got your fight for a black man or a white man? For a black man. Woo! Woo! Yeah. The next question was, if I deal with Miami, I know been down there for a while. If I deal with the Poker Bean, the Bab, 15th Ave or whatever, Paramore here, or Car Show, Washington Show, whatever. If I put $10,000 in your pocket, right, 10,000, and I make the money hang out your pockets, right? And I drop you in hours worth, windmill, you gonna get robbed? You ain't gonna get robbed out there. See, so bad, man, you ain't get robbed. But if I drop you off with that money hang out your pockets in Paramore, you might not just get robbed. You probably get killed. Because the one who robbed you probably gonna know you. See, we gotta change. See, listen to me, man. We not listening. What we fighting is inward. Our our battle, our fight is not our fight is not with the white man. That's the confusion. That's why so many of our men are angry, because they don't know where to put their anger. But young man, you got to harness your anger. And you got to use your anger as a projectile. You got to use your anger to now be fuel for your fire. To achieve whatever it is that you can achieve. Let me show y'all something. Go to Bereshit, Genesis. Go to Genesis chapter 11. Go to Genesis chapter 11. Genesis chapter 11. I want you to go to 11 and verse 6. 11 and verse 6. And y'all gonna hear me say Psalm 68 and verse 4 is where we'll find our Father's name. Yah, his name is in the Bible. We'll find his name in the Bible we don't know. Verse 6 is this. And Yahweh said, behold, the people is what? The people is who? All one. The people is the car, right? The people is one, right? And they have all one language, which only means that their comprehension on what it is that they're trying to achieve, that he understands that his woman is not his enemy. She understands that her man is not her enemy. We need each other to build. That's all that means. It says, and this they began to do. And now nothing. What did the book say? Nothing. It said when you work as one, Ikar as one, it says now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Now, what's important about this verse is that Yah saying this himself. This ain't a prophet. This ain't Moshe. This ain't Yahweh. This is, listen, it's him. He peeked through. He's like, hey, my goodness. If they only work together, nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. We fight hard, man. Listen to me. The self-hatred is real. I was listening to the rap music. And when I listen to the rap music, listen to me. Because I'm always looking. And when I listen to the rap music, the first thing I heard was their pain. Was their pain in their rap, their lyrics. I heard the pain. Then next, I heard three things. Four things. It was drugs, money, murder, killing one another, and sex. That's what I heard in the music. That's what I heard in the music. And that's what we teaching our babies. Because we ride and we bumping this in our cars thinking we cool. Okay, but now when your child, when your child, you understand, begins to act out, you won't know what's wrong with my baby. You not protecting your baby ear gates. You gotta protect your eye gates. You gotta protect it. Look, you gotta protect every gate on your body. And to say it in a way, the gateways on your body are the entry and exit points on your body. You got to protect every last one of them. You definitely got to protect your ear gate and your eye gate, because anything you allow to go in the brain long enough, go around the brain long enough, it easily goes in the brain. You ever know how somebody come, you know, I don't like them, but they wag it down. You keep on getting your ear. You keep on getting your ear, and then before you know it, your girlfriend says, I thought you said you ain't like him, girl. your homeboy be like, no, I thought you said you didn't like her. Man, you know how stuff go, man. You know how it go. I'm talking real talk.
That's all we do.
I'm talking real talk.
Real talk, yes, sir.
Because I'm talking, listen, I majored in solutions. I minor in obstacles. Obstacles is my mind. I majored in solutions. I'm a solutions major. I major in a solution for my people, for my community. Because unless we all rise, you understand me? Then we're going to always suffer as a people, and everybody's going to rise up around. You know, everybody that come in this country from another country, they always rise above us. I remember one time, you remember this, we used to laugh at the Mexicans, remember? We used to laugh at them, right? We used to laugh at them. They were living in 10 in the house, 8 in the house. You ride by 9, they on the street. They done bought 4 or 5 houses on the street. And not only that, they renting them houses out now. They don't even live in them. They live on the east side and they live in other places, and they got big trucks. They our landlords now. We ain't laughing. Who laughing now, amigo? Oh yeah, who laughing now? Oh yeah. Because they came and what they got was what was for us, the minority contracts. But we won't do nothing but argue, fight, and attack. Man, that's all we do is attack. In Hebrew, oh, she ain't got her head covered. Why she ain't got her head covered? Oh, a woman ain't supposed to speak. Man, I'll tell you, ain't one of you ratchet suckers. Man, my first teacher was my mom. My first teacher was my mom. So I don't know what you talking about teaching. You understand what I'm saying? A woman ain't supposed to teach. A woman ain't supposed to do this here. Man, I don't know what book they read, but it ain't the book of Yah. Because Yah cannot be contained in this book. He cannot be contained in 66 books. If you think this is the end and the beginning of our Creator, you in for a real life-changing moment. Just because this book say in the beginning, but that ain't what it say, but it say Bereshit bara Elohim. We know what it say. We know what it say. It don't say what it say in English. That's not what it say. But anyway, this not the beginning. By this book, this earth has been in existence 5,778 years. And when that moon out there turn full, go come around again and become a new month. Listen, the moon is what keeps your monthly cycle. That will tell you what month you're in. And the sun dictates the day. The moon dictates the month. Not the stroke of a pen on the calendar that you read. That's a Gregorian calendar. It comes from the Julian calendar. It's a lot of stuff that we need to understand, and I'm telling y'all this because you have to understand the meridian. You have to understand the knowledge of time. The knowledge of time. People that's working in witchcraft and all that, they understand the knowledge of time. They understand it, and we don't understand how important time is. If y'all ever notice, at 12 midnight, it's when things really get rough. If you ever notice, it's hard for you to go to sleep between 1 and 2. 1, 2, and 3. Or if you sleep, you get kind of restless around it because there's a lot of activity going on in the unseen plane. There's a lot of activity going on. The Bible says that there are arrows by day and pestilence that walk in darkness. I don't know if you ever had a job and you go to lunch at 12 or 11 in the morning, you come back to work and all hell break loose. You be like, what in the world got in here? We were just all right before lunch. We come back after lunch and every day, everybody done went crazy.
I'm sorry, sir. That was my job.
Okay.
They called me.
All right, okay. Thank you for coming. So the Bible says that there's nothing that we can't do when we work together, And that is a requirement. That's a requirement of y'all. The other requirement that's on us, and I show it in the Bible, is our children. Our Heavenly Father is looking to our children because that's the generation. He can tell that's the fruit that you bear. So if your children are not acting out, it's because what you have instilled is what you pass down to them. That's a child. That's a child. A child gonna learn what you teach them. You teach them how to use profanity, they gonna use profanity. You teach them how to pray, they gonna pray. You teach them how to jog, they gonna jog. You teach them how to play basketball, they gonna play basketball. You teach them how to box, they gonna box. It's a child. There's 23 chromosomes from the man, there's 23 chromosomes from the woman. You understand me? That's part of you and that's part of him. That's y'all DNA. It's going to learn what you teach and what y'all is looking for them children. When them children turn them, because this is the turning point. They going to teach it to their children. And now, these ZZs, according to Numbers 15 and 38, now they look upon them, they begin to remember the commandments. How you can remember something you never been taught? That's why I don't tell all Hebrews to put this on their clothes. I be like, look, you don't got to worry about putting the fringes on your clothes until you learn them 613, because 248 of them are positive and the other 3 is negative, meaning the other one was for the priesthood and the 248 was for us. The first 4 commandments teach you how to serve our Heavenly Father. The next 6 teach you how to serve man. It's deep, brother. It's deep, my brother. It ain't simple. You understand me? It's a little complicated, but all it takes is you got to slow down. Once you slow down and you begin to seek the Father. He said, look, if you seek me, I shall be found. When you begin to truly seek him, he said, come now, learn of me. Not man, listen to me. One thing about this place right here, when you come in here, a lot of stuff I'm going to say, you ain't going to never be heard before. You know why? Because I'm teaching you. Remember when you went to school and you was in class? When you went to class, every day you learned something you didn't know. You didn't know. Some of the stuff that you went to school and you tried to learn, it was difficult. It was some stuff you picked up fast, some stuff you picked up a little slow. So when you come in here, this is not church usual. So some of the stuff with the knowledge that I have from the years that I have put in and the years that my wife had put in to give to my people, it's some of the stuff you won't wrestle with. Just come to me. And if you come to me, I'll be like, oh, it's simple. Let me show you. Let me show it to you this way. Because it is simple. And yes, I will tell you, I ask you a question. If you die today, where do you think you'll be going? Do you think you'll be going to live with the Father? Or do you think, or do you don't know? My question to you is be, you can live away to where whenever you die, you'll know where you're going at. You'll know where you're going. Because that's your right to know, and you in charge of knowing where you're going to go when you leave. It should not be up for grabs. Well, I don't know, because it ain't that hard. Listen, most of us live by these laws anyway. Anyway, look, don't cheat on your old lady. Don't cheat on your old man. You understand me? Don't steal from your neighbor. You understand me? Don't be lying to one another. You understand me? Children, obey your parents. How you want to live in a relationship? What I just said, ain't it? That's how we want to live in a relationship. But what I just said, that's the laws. Listen, the law is for lawbreakers. That's why I don't have no problem with it. A lot of people have problems. I I don't have problems because the law is to protect us. These laws that they have in Florida, what they tell you laws for to protect you? My father gave me a law that I'm supposed to teach my children. And that is supposed to supersede any law. And it begins to teach them how to trump every law that these men have come up with. They begin to trump. They begin to trump. Come on, we're going to go to Matthew. Let's go to Matthew. Let's look at these 9 progressive steps by which men reach higher altitudes in their spirituality. 9. And you know how you do the 9? You know how you do them? You do them one day at a time. You do them one at a time. You don't put all this stuff on your plate. You don't put all this stuff on your plate. You do it one day at a time. You don't put all this stuff on your plate. Listen to me. If I sit a plate of food in front of you and I load it up with food, you only can eat what you can eat. You can't eat the whole plate. You only eat what you can eat. Matthew chapter 5, from the top, verse 1. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain. And when he was set, his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of Yahweh. When he says, blessed are the poor in spirit, he's saying, bless those that have humility. And they have a conscious, listen, they have a conscious need to have a connection with our Heavenly Father. Because the spirit, listen, the flesh ain't gonna never agree with the spirit. And listen, the flesh ain't never going, as long as we got breath in our body, the flesh not going nowhere, the spirit not going nowhere. What we have to learn how to do is to power the spirit man up, and we have to learn how to starve the flesh, how to starve the flesh, how to put the flesh in its place. Difficult task. I'm still doing it. Myself, through fasting and through prayer, through humility. I'm still doing it. It's gonna always be a work in progress, because from whence I came. Because I come from the streets. I don't come from a house, a church, going home. I didn't come from that. I come from drugs. I come from seeing massive amounts of drugs and massive amounts of cocaine and massive amounts of heroin as a child. Getting into it at 9, 10 years old, selling cocaine and selling reefer in my neighborhood. Verse 4, blessed are they that mourn. Penitence, which is feeling sorrow, or mourning. I mourn, my wife come in this sanctuary, my wife doing this often weep, and she cry out for people. She's crying out for ours. She's crying out for our people. She's feeling the pain. She picks up the pain of the people. We have a lot of broken men and women that walk around as if they're not broken because they have to. Not because they want to, but because they have to walk around like that. They gotta walk because there's no place of refuge for them to go. So they begin to build calluses. They begin to become hard in areas where they should be soft. They begin to come hard in areas where they should be receptive. They begin to turn a listening ear in areas where they should be listening. I'm only speaking the word. I'm not speaking nothing of my own in this pulpit. And if the word is something that is offending you and is pricking you, then the word is doing its job. It should be making you uncomfortable. You shouldn't come in the house of prayer and you got a bunch of stuff going on and feel comfortable. Never could do it. I used to tell the Jehovah's Witnesses, look, let me tell y'all something. I know what y'all saying, but I'm going to hell, and if you stay here too long, you're finna get high, because I'm finna roll this blunt. And when I roll this blunt, I'm finna fire this blunt up. I already told y'all I know I'm going to hell. See, I already knew I was going there. I knew I was going, I wasn't playing with it. I'm going to. No, because I was pistol packing, pistol toting. I was Jack Man Robert. I was everything. That's how I can speak on it. You think I'm sitting here playing? I can speak on it. Used to go up and down the road, put my act on the road from state to state. This what they playing with? You going around the corner, mess with your homeboy? No, let's go to California. No, let's go to Missouri. Let's go to Memphis. No, let's go. Let's ride. Ain't nobody playing. I'm telling you, I come from a real era. In my era, there were only two types of people. Prey and hunters. And a man asked me one day, what you want to be? You want to be prey or you want to be a hunter? I said, oh, teach me how to hunt. Teach me how to hunt. So I know on what y'all had to get out your community. You better have gotten out your community. I had to go. Because anything y'all was trying to do, y'all wasn't going to accomplish because of me. No, y'all wasn't. Because I was real about mine. And some of these people out here that we going to face, they willing to die. They willing to die for it. But you got to be willing to die for it too. You got to be willing to die for your children. You got to be willing to die for rightness. You suckers riding around. Shoot, I remember right there in Pines Hill at that Citgo gas station. Them boys came in that shootout about 2-3 years ago, shot that girl in the head with a 5-year-old child in the car. Killed her dead. A girl and her boyfriend was sitting in the car right around here in Rosemont Park. Dude walked up to the car with a gun, pulled him out of the car, and raped the girl in front of the boyfriend and made him watch. That's a few months ago. Yeah, right here. So you see why I'm on edge. That's why I'm on edge. That's why I'm on edge, because that should not be happening in our community, and we doing it. We doing it. So yeah, I'm on edge. Yeah, he talking loud. Yeah, man, because I yearn, man. I yearn because my biggest offense and my greatest atrocity is who I used to be. And I learned from who I used to be. I used to have a problem being in the pulpit. I used to say, how can you use a man like me with all the stuff I done did? How? How can you use me? He kept using me. He kept using me. I kept asking. I stopped asking one day. Because when he called me, he didn't check my bank account. When he called me, he didn't look at my arrest record. When he called me, he didn't look how many times I've been to the penitentiary. When he called me, he didn't look at my 17 felonies. He didn't look at that when he called me. So what I found and realized, you see something in me that I don't see in myself. I got purpose. I got purpose beyond the grave. I got purpose. I can actually give back. So then I began to see the prostitute that everybody talks about, the one I'm talking about today. But I began to see the prostitute in a new light when she turned her 1 million in one trick. And see, he knew it would take her 1,000,001. See, I don't have that kind of grace to give her. So I might have been the one to put my mouth on her. But that 1,001 trick, she'll never turn another trick in her life. And the next move that she'll do, when she came into the church house, the next move she will be is a wife. Then she would take that microphone, get in the middle of the room full with 15-year-old little girls, and she began to tell her testimony. And she began to change their lives. So I began to look at the homosexual. And I began to say, I'm no longer concerned with the fall of a man, but I'm going to watch your resurrection power. I'm going to watch how you raise them up. And I said, I thank you, Heavenly Father, that their cup is not my cup. Because the cup that I bear and the cup that I was drinking from, listen here, I won't want to put it on them, and I definitely won't want to be in their shoes. So although I began to talk and although I began to preach, don't get me wrong, I preach from the spirit of the letter because the letter alone will kill. The letter alone kills. But the spirit gives life. So you need the spirit of the letter with Torah. With the first 5 books of the Bible, you need the spirit of the letter to give so people can come, because with love and kindness have I drawn thee.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was telling the brother last night, turn to the book of Micah. Turn to the book of Micah. I'm just letting y'all have his way right now. Because I wasn't going to come in the pulpit today. I wasn't going to get up here. Because y'all dealt with me, he ain't giving us, so I wasn't getting in the pulpit. I wasn't getting in. Until Brother Lee called that just left, I wasn't coming up here. I don't got nothing to prove. I don't got nothing to prove to nobody. Micah 2:10. This is the verse that changed my life. And the verse says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. Listen to the book now. See, if I put a lake out here in front of y'all, and I put stakes around the lake, and I put skulls on the lake, and it says, do not swim or do not fish in this lake, it is polluted. Now you can fish, and you can get that polluted fish that's got radiation, whatever, you can cook it up and fry it up, and ain't nothing wrong with this fish. What's wrong with this fish? You know, just cause, so y'all say tell the people, just cause you can put something in your mouth and chew and swallow and say good, don't mean it's good for you. So you get to eating that fish out that little pond, that lake, and your house start falling out in glove. Think about the lake, because the lake was polluted. Because I'm going back to this verse. See, he says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. See, we trying to find rest in places where it ain't gonna never be no rest.
Right. Yes, sir.
It ain't gonna never be no rest in the places where we trying to get rest. Ain't no rest in the club. Ain't no rest in the nightlife. Ain't no rest when you a hustler. Another boy over here off of, what it is that Ivy Lane? The one just came back off the cruise. They gunned him down in the lady front yard in Malibu. That just happened. He just came back from with his family. Somebody in the car gunned him down. In the front yard. Gunned him down. Died right there. That's recent. That's real recent. Listen, ain't no rest. The Bible says ain't no rest for the wicked. Ain't no people. Listen to this book here. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy, even with a sword destruction. It is a surety that this will happen. It's a surety. Turn back to Matthew. I'm going to finish. I'm going to close out in Matthew. But I don't want to bore y'all. That's what moved me. Y'all want to know the truth? I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I'm going to tell y'all just how it happened. Give y'all a bit of my testimony. I was on 110th and Katona in Jacksonville, Florida, the west side. I was running through the trailer park with a handful of work. I had 3 trailers in that trailer park. One trailer I chilled in, another trailer I worked in, and another trailer, it was women working in that trailer. I was running from a trailer to another trailer because it was hot. So I was running, and I never forget, I I slid on them. I slid on that line. It was a limestone. You know the line and rocks that White Park mess your shoes up. You know you wear your black shoes. You know back then they had them black hustlers and black Reeboks, the black classics. And I slid up on them rocks, and I heard a voice say, "Name one drug dealer you know that ever made." And I was trying to think, and I heard the Spirit say, "Pack your bags and leave, and because you won't be the first." Gave me this verse. I booked. Messed around, stayed there, and some stuff went down. I wasn't there. Came back. They came back. I went to jail. I bonded out of jail. So I'm still doing. So I'm in another trailer because I got run in the whole trailer park. I'm in another trailer back off in the corner. So I'm in the window. I'm in the window, you know, y'all know, look at the flick of my wrist. Yeah, I'm in there. And as I'm whipping, I look, and there was a police on a horse. And you know, the horse was big, so he was right there. He was out of me. Well, I dropped that 800 milliliter beaker in the sink and never looked back. Went to Lake City, Florida, and from Lake City I came here in 1989. And I ain't never, ever looked back to Duval County. Came here, had a mishap. But boy, after that, after 2000, ain't never looked back. I'm trying to tell y'all it's real. I know your struggle. I know where you come from. I know what you're thinking. I know food got to be put on the table. But I come to tell you, it's a heavy cost. It's a heavy price. It's easier to get you a job. I'll create you a job. I'll get together and own your business. But I promise you, the streets ain't got no dental plan. They ain't got no vision plan. It ain't got no 401k plan. It ain't got a retirement plan. I promise you, streets ain't got none of that. I looked into it. I checked it out. They didn't have that. You know, I was looking at some other places. I was like, man, I ain't had my teeth checked. When I had all kinds of stuff wrong with my teeth. I went to the doctor. I ain't had no checkup. For I'm 40-something years old, I'm getting my first checkup on everything. I'm like, man, you tore from the floor. This toe, that's toe, this broke, that's fractured. Banging in the streets, banging with that foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm speaking from a place. I'm speaking from a place called I earned this. I earned why I could talk about this here. Because I ain't rapping about this here. I lived it. I was the epitome of what they be up there rapping about. Like I told my wife, I said this, let me tell y'all something. It ought to dawn on people that you can't be a rapper and a killer. You can't be a rapper and a killer. Can't, bro. Because you're going to prison. If you're a killer and you're a rapper, you're going to prison. Me, you know you're going to prison, man. You can't be a rapper rapping all this AR-15, SK, and Draco, and you ain't in prison? How? You can't do all that, man. You can't, you listen, most killers we know, they move in silence. Their name ain't, the smaller, their name ain't in the streets like that. Y'all better hear me. I'm telling y'all a little bit where I come from. I don't come from this pulpit. I come from on the other side of that door. But one thing I can tell y'all about his saving grace and his everlasting power and his mighty arm and his reach can reach down in the deepest pit because he picked me up out of the deepest pit. I was sooty muddy black. Took me, picked me up, as white as snow. As LaShawn Page say, Yahweh's chemical laboratory of redemption. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. And if he did it for me, the least of the less, well, he'll do it for anybody. Because I didn't deserve it. 9 progressive steps by which men reach higher altitudes in spirituality. Verse 6, blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. I'm filled. I'm filled now. I feel your pain. I feel the pain of the street car. I've been there, done that. And I'm walking in this blessing. I'm walking in this blessing because of righteousness. Let me tell y'all something. The righteousness part, y'all will find out. That's kind of easy to do because in a tight relationship, a close relationship, it's kind of easy. Because your old lady ain't gonna tolerate you cheating. You ain't gonna tolerate her cheating. Y'all can't be doing all that fighting and stay together. So you're gonna need balance, you're gonna need peace. Y'all gonna be together. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things y'all gonna be doing anyhow. Because y'all are in a trustworthy relationship. You understand me? So it's a lot of things that y'all gonna be doing that's righteous, that y'all not gonna be outside, except smaller things. You understand me? Like heavy drugs. That got doggone Molly, that got doggone cocaine, that powder cocaine, that got doggone heroin, that opioid. You understand me? All that stuff is bad. That stuff bad witchcraft, witchery. We already know that now. So when we start talking about righteousness, most of us to have friends anyway, to have good friends, you gotta kind of like be a righteous person. You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody want to be around nobody foul, stealing, lying, talking behind your back. You don't want to be around nobody. You ain't nobody like that. Every time you meet a man, she after your man, or he after your girl. You know what I'm saying? But the set apartness. The set apartness is now you got control over how you think. How you think and what you think. You understand me? The things that you think in your mind, you don't learn how to control what you think. Your mind don't run and take you to and fro, and then your feet begin to follow where your mind goes. You understand? How we get to where we ain't supposed to be? Because our mind took us there, yes, but our feet is the witness against us. Our feet begin to witness against us. The mind already done took it. That's why you should say, so a man thinketh, so he is. Look at verse 7. Blessed are the, when we say in verse 6, what I made in the middle note was the meekness. That is marking the birth of a resurrected spirit. I don't want to say a new spirit, but it's the rebirthing of the spirit that's in you. You are just becoming ikad. You are becoming one with the spirit that is in you. Because according to John, Yochanan 1 and somewhere down there, it said that he is that light that is in every man, woman that enters into the world. Listen, everybody knows right from wrong. You got people you got some people that still living out in the bush. Guess what them bushmen know how to do? You better not bother with his wife. You better not bother with that man. You better not steal that man chicken. You better not steal that man hog. We know right from wrong. We hardwired to know that. 7, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy, which is a spiritual hunger, an appetite, signifying growth. That signifies when you listen, when you merciful, that signifies that you are growing. And growing, in other words, means you're maturing. The things you used to fight, just show y'all this. Okay, a woman at 17, 19, 18, 19, 20 years old, she'll fight over a man. She'll fight a certain fight, okay? And it's a certain type of man that she'll say, I don't want no man, man gotta do this, he gotta have this. But at age 40, when she don't work and she going to retirement now, her fight ain't the same fight. Because she don't mature. I ain't finna fight you, girl, you can have it. I'm not finna fight you. You retired, you got a pension, you got a house, and now again, that same man that you wouldn't mess with back then while you were growing, that's the same man you might mess with now because you established. And now he's also older. So he's mature too. This life is about maturity. And when we start talking about mercy and merciful, that shows spiritual growth. We are maturing. That's maturing. Mercifulness, an attribute, it is an attribute of Yah, indicating further advancement. To advance. Verse 8, blessed are the pure in heart. It says heart, but blessed are the pure in mind, for they shall see Yah. Because your heart is your mind. Your heart, not the thing in your chest. Let me show you. Take a man that's got a pacemaker, right? Can he say, God know my heart? He got a pacemaker. He got a pacemaker in his chest. It's not talking about this will come along. You got to remember these guys that were writing, they were philosophers and they were poets. So the way the Greeks wrote and the way they thought and the way they expressed themselves, that's another thing that we need to understand when we dealing with Scripture. I always tell people, always know who, what, where, why, and when, and it makes this book a whole lot easier. Know what people you're dealing with, who they talking to, know who the writers are, know who the speaker's audience is, know where they are, what area it is, because all that stuff matters. And then this book begins to get skinny. It's not as difficult to understand. It says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of Yah. I'm a peacemaker. Now, when I say I'm a peacemaker, because I'm getting close to the end, we need to understand that inward purity and the attachment of higher attitudes, that's where our vision comes from. That's where comes the vision of Yah when you are a peacemaker. Peacemaking is the influence and the calming of storms. Now, let's show you what a peacemaker is. A peacemaker is the one who deal with things that other folks don't want to deal with. It's kind of like people that sweep the dirt up under the rug. Well, guess who I am? I'm going to come pull the rug and say, hey, I know we got to get this hump from somebody's trip. We need to get this dirt from up under the rug because this here ain't easy. Because it's a spot over there on that floor by that chair. And every time I walk through here with my shoes off, I feel that hump. Kind of bothered, that hump in the floor. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a peacemaker. I don't want nobody to trip over that little hump right there. And when we allow humps in life to stay in life, it's going to cause us to trip sooner or later. It's going to cause us to stumble. It's going to cause us to stumble sooner or later. That's why we got to make peace. Like I was talking to my wife this morning. I said, I nobody want to argue with you. I ain't arguing with you. I ain't going to argue with you later. I'm not fit to argue with you. I do not want to fight you. I want to love you. I want to keep my wife. I want you. I want to keep my wife. I ain't going to argue with you. I'm not finna fight you. I'm not finna try to run you away. I'm not finna talk about you. I'm not finna talk about you physically. I'm not finna take you down mentally, physically, and I'm not finna take you down spiritually. And you're gonna have freedom. You're gonna have freedom to have a smile on your face, and a happy wife is a happy life. You better believe it. And listen, this analogy: the queen runs it while the king rules it. Get this, if y'all don't get no nudge on that. The queen shall run it while the king rules it. That's what my wife was talking about this morning. Telling about this man. And the man, he want to decorate the whole house, decorate the apartment. He picking out everybody's clothes. He cooking the food. You understand me? He doing all this stuff. That's what the woman, see, the woman got to run it. She decorate the house, and you understand me? The food and all this stuff. She do all that while the king, he rules. He's for protection. He's the overseer. You know what I'm saying? He making sure that she's comfortable, that she can be able to do that comfortably. You know, if he don't know that, then why do men work out to get muscles? For other men to see their muscles? You know, why do men want to look good? For other men to see them look good? No, they do it because they want women to see them. They want women to see them looking good. Women want men to see them looking good. You know, that's why we do what we do. So when a person starts acting crazy, don't get crazy. You know, I get weird haircut because I want to look presentable for my wife still. You know, people get to acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? Do you want who you with or not? You know, that's what I'm good. This is what I'm falling out with a whole bunch of people in Duval County because I'm telling them, bro, man, leave the lady alone, man. If you ain't gonna do right by that lady, man, well, you done always been a rest haven for us. I'm like, man, no, I always had righteousness in me. And I ain't with that foolishness you doing, man. Why are you doing that to our sisters? That's what I'm saying. We got enough beat up and battered sisters as it is. Then I tell them this here. Since you say you raw, and since you say you're a thoroughbred, do like I used to do. They saw it, they quiet then. I used to tell a female out the gate, check this out. I want to holler at you. I want to kick it with you. But I don't know where. Now we can kick it, we can chill, we can have a good time, but I'm telling you, ain't nothing you can do to make me your man. Call me in these streets, and I can't even, ain't gonna have nobody slashing my tires and keying my car, and I ain't gonna have you doing all that stuff there because we ain't even in that type of relationship. They don't want to do that. Just tell the woman, look man, all I want to do is kick it. And give her up, she might want to kick it too. Because I've had people say that, that's all I want to kick it too, but she want to end. Let me be like, oh, you know I was lying. You know, and men like that today too. They go in that like that, then now they want ownership and rulership. But just tell people what you want. Tell people what you want to give them a chance. I just don't understand us. I don't understand what we doing. I don't understand how we doing, how we maneuvering. Y'all say y'all hard, y'all say y'all here, but y'all being slick. Y'all moving through deceit in y'all lives. I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. See, deceit is used to obtain something that you don't feel like you're supposed to have in the first place. And then a lie is told to keep that which you knew you came by ill-gotten gain. So now you lie to try to keep it unbeknownst. Yeah, see that deceit in that lie is kissing cousins. They work, them so there. That's a tandem there. Boy, that's a nasty tandem there. First you deceive, and now you're lying to keep in bondage. Boy, see, I told y'all, ain't no fear. They don't reverence nothing. And I'm going to tell every man something. Yahweh do not play about his daughters. He don't play about his daughters. I'm going to show y'all something. How many of y'all got a grandmama, it ain't never met your granddaddy? The granddaddy has always died first. The women in my family, I got a whole bunch of women, and I ain't never met my uncles, my great uncles, and my granddads, and they were dead. And when I hear the stories, they was whoremongers, and they was abusers. And when I read this book, I think it's in Numbers, how a woman how y'all say a man supposed to treat a woman. In Numbers. I'm like, man, listen, man, y'all gonna play by the daughter. And then I took it to me. Man, I'm not playing with you about my daughter. My son, one thing, but my daughter, man, don't play with my child. Don't play with my daughter. Don't play about my daughter. No. So where I get that from? I get it from y'all. My boy, he a boy. He a boy. He gonna have to fend for himself, because he gonna have to one day fend for his wife and fend for his daughter. So I can't have the same protection for my boy that I got for my daughter. So I got to train him how to protect his wife and how to protect his daughter. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers. Verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Yes, and I'm persecuted for that a lot. I'm persecuted for that, because so many reasons. And I tell all the young men around here, look, it's not what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. You're doing it, man, in front of my elders. Y'all smoking in front of the old people. Y'all cussing in front of the old people. Y'all doing all of this stuff in front of the elders, man. Look, it's not what you're doing. That's not my call. But what my call is now is how y'all doing it. Y'all doing it in front of these babies. You're smoking in front of these children. You're selling. I had to tell them, don't y'all know, man, it's a 3 to 5 minimum, man, for y'all to be caught with drugs anywhere, whether it's 1,500 feet, with 1,500 feet from a church, from a school. That's 3 to 5 mandatory. What? Yeah. You tripping. Listen to the book. Blessed are the righteous, which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of Shamayim. Blessed are ye, when men shall rival you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely. And that's what I told my wife. When they started dragging my name around him for my righteousness, for me not doing nothing, drag my name because I wouldn't do what you wanted me to do, because I wouldn't play in your bedroom. I wouldn't play in what you want. Even when I was single, I wasn't playing with my Heavenly Father, because I had my way with women in the world. So why should I come here with that philosophy or that attitude? It ain't no sense of me being here. Let's go back to the world. Just listen. Just go look. Just go do you. But there's a consequence. You listen. You can't do you and not understand that there's a consequence. There's a consequence. We want to do things and we don't want it to be a consequence, but it's a consequence. Rejoice. It says rejoice. It said rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in the heavens, for so persecuted they the prophets, which were before you. So y'all saying, look, y'all are lining up, and y'all are standing shoulder to shoulder with my not only my prophets, but my martyrs. Those that were martyred for my name. Y'all are in the same boat. Y'all in the same line with them. Because this is the same thing they did to my prophets. And this is how people were martyred, because of the stance that you take. And it was a stance against a nation of people. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savior, what shall it be salted? It is henceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men. You are the light of the world. A city that sit on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Abba in the Shamayim. Think not that I am come to destroy the law. Think not that I came. Whoever told you the law, done away with you, lied to you. I'm reading what Yeshua said, the one they wrongfully called Jesus. He said, think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. Which means to carry out. That's all it means. It means I have come to carry out. I have come to show you that this can be walked. For verily I say unto you, to heaven and earth pass one jot, one U, and one top, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law
Yes.
till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these commandments, and shall teach men to break them, teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of the Shamayim, but whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. In 17, 19, include 19 and 17. And he said unto him, why callest thou me good? This is Yahshua. There is none but one good. He don't say the Elohim. He don't say the angels. He don't say none of that. He said there's only one good.
All right.
Because there is only one.
Yes. Yes.
No Trinity. There is only one.
Yes.
And he has diversements of himself.
Yes. Yes.
He has persons. Yahweh has different persons that he allowed us to operate in. Some may call them apostles, some may call them priests. The priesthood is a person of Yah. That is, you're operating in his person. That's why he holds you to such a high degree and such a high standard, because you're operating in his person. If you are someone they call you daddy, then you are operating in the person of a father. And the Bible said that the father, he loves the body. He loves his children. He gave his life. He gave his word. The word of Yah is life. He gave his life. A lot of people think died. But when he said he gave his life, listen, his life is his word. It is the word that gives life. The word brings life. The word is what put life in me. The correct life. It was the word. It's the word that sustains me. It's not a man that sustains. It's the word of my heavenly Father that sustains me. It's the word that keeps me. It's not a man that was on a pole or cross. It's the word that does that. Whenever you want to get you some kind of you looking for some kind of relaxation or trying to break some of the stuff, you probably will find yourself reading in the book of Psalms or reading in the book of Proverbs, reading in this book. You go to the word. You go to the word. And anybody that say they calling on Jesus, he direct them to the word. They wind up going back there. Well, yeah, I heard he told me to go eat this. It's the word. The word is the vein. Listen what the book says. It says, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one. That is Yah. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep commandments. That's what is said. For all those that are viewing live, and turn the camera off, unless my wife want to keep on, but my wife can pray as directed by our Heavenly Father. And I thank you. We thank y'all for lending Yahweh your ear. And we thank you for you listening in. We thank you. We thank you. And we say unto you, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.